Over the weekend, ChatGPT released a new functionality which can convert or understand or comprehend code and convert that into different ways. So you can, for example, use your interpretation of an image and convert it into a different image form. You can interpret code like Python, for example. It can convert a video into GIF. It can also identify all the images and look at the text within it. So it's a very powerful tool to kind of convert and use media and files for the first time on ChatGPT directly. So let's get right into it. The first thing we do is we kind of look at a data sheet. This is from something I found on the internet. The idea really here is to look at the floppy disk format, and in the past you to convert this to a separate site and bring the data in. So what we can do now is we can just kind of look at click on and add the code interpreter, which can go to settings and enable. Then go ahead and upload that file here. So now I'm just uploading the file into the ChatGPT system, and I'm just going to ask it like the things I usually do. So show all the data from the image, upload it using OCR, which is the optical character recognition, and that's it. And it should hopefully just go ahead and convert that entire data sheet you showed you earlier, which is this one here, into the ChatGPT. Now, I just want to mention that this is a very experimental beta stage product, so sometimes there are issues within this, but you can see that's already done that for me. So what is an image is not converted into text. Why is that important? Well, what's really helpful here is you can actually use images now. You have a big image format, you have a very dense diagram, for example. You can analyze diagram. It's really hard. We can now do that, for example, as well. Also, once you have the data here, you can say, show this data in a tabular format. And so what I'll do now is you can actually take that data which was before an image format, which is hard to understand, for example, and then you can actually say describe it for a layman, for example. So something very technical and challenging can now be represented in a very simple to use format. You can see here it has category and description for you. Looking at this data sheet, maybe it's a bit challenging to figure out what the diagram is all about. We can break it down for you and it explain that part. So really helping to interpret data. Also, you can actually use the same image and say convert it into a PNG, for example. So I can use the same image which is before in JPEG format, as you can see here, and convert it into a GIF file. So that's the other use case. I'm just going to show you that as well. So I'm just going to quickly look at this information. I just uploaded the same data which I had uploaded before. Now converting into PNG. Typically, PNG is a bit better in terms of like actually being able to use and occupies less space. So I'll just show you now. This is the PNG file ready to go. I clicked on the PNG file from the ChatGPT window, and it opened it up for me straight away. The PNG file, same as the other one. So really helpful. The other thing you can do with this is, which I thought is very helpful, is to create graphs as well. Now, I must say it is a very early stage system. It doesn't always work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an experiment I did before. And the data which I used, which was actually the latitude and longitude or the coordinates of all the cities in the UK, and then plot a graph of where they actually sit in the map. So I'm going to show you that right now. Again, I tried again and give me a lot of errors, and you'll see that even to generate this was actually very not that easy actually. So I uploaded a file with the information into ChatGPT using the plus icon here, and it had the cities, latitude, longitude, the country, and then it plotted the diagram for me. I just want to mention that the way it's doing that is using Python, the programming language, and it wasn't easy to do it. I actually got it wrong a few times, but automatically restarted the checks and did again. So overall not a bad job. But to do it again, I've seen that does give a lot of errors. So it did a fairly good job. You can specify the the background, the dot colors, for example. Here I've seen examples of people where they have done the lighthouse in North America, and then plot that onto the map of the US, and you can do something like this blinking or dimming, and that was a really good example of what it can do. Obviously it's a bit challenging to do it because not always it does a great job at doing it. There are a lot of errors, and because it's an early stage and because it requires a lot of computational power, so hence it does get it wrong a few times. But it's a great tool, great to kind of use the full journey from a file upload right through to uploading the data into a more visually pleasing or understandable format, and then asking you to interpret it further to really use it for other pieces of data. So I think it's a very interesting tool, and there's a lot more to see here in the coming days, weeks, I'm sure. Thank you very much.